Order of the day, the second reading of Alban Ikoku, Federal University of Education, established in 2022. The Tungu senators will recall that the bill was last time in this chamber on Wednesday, 9th February 2022. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Senator Ezenwa Onyewuchi to move the motion for the bill to be read the second time.
Senator Ezenwa Francis Onyewuchi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Ezenwa Onyewuchi, and I represent Imo East Senatorial District. Mr. President, my highly respected colleagues, permit me to lead the debate on this very important bill titled Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education Owerri Establishment Bill 2022. This bill was read for the first time in this hallowed chamber on the 9th of February. Colleagues, this bill seeks to Owerri to Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education Owerri. The bill has laid out detailed structure and systems for its establishment, management, operations, and funding. The objects of the Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education establishment is to creeds and to develop and offer academic degree, diploma, and higher degrees with in education, science, agriculture, commerce, management, and allied disciplines. To produce socially mature educational men and women with capabilities to stand of Nigeria as a nation, exploit existing educational needs of Nigeria as a nation, to act as agents and catalysts for effective educational system through postgraduate training, research, innovation for effective economic utilization and conservation of the country's human resources. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, the need to establish Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education Owerri, whose sole objective will be to provide training for the development of teacher education in the country, cannot be overemphasized. Over the years, there has been sustained clamor for the upgrade of Alvan Ikoku Federal College of Education to a full-fledged degree awarding institution. The quest for the upgrade of the Federal College of Education has been premised on certain factors, such as the availability of requisite facilities, the presence of qualified personnel, and its status as the oldest teacher training college in Nigeria. The establishment of Alvan in 1963, just 3 years after Nigeria's independence, was a milestone in the annals of education in Nigeria, especially in the Southeast. As an institution solely disposed to research, teaching, and training of teachers for both the intermediate and higher education sectors, the college has in the past 50 years contributed to the production of quality teachers in the country. At present, Alvan Ikoku Federal College of Education Owerri is located in Owerri, the capital of Imo State. The college is styled primus inter pares, first among equals in colleges of education in Nigeria because of its outstanding impact in the teacher education sector. It is envisioned as a modern federal university of education and a center of excellence in research. The institution awards National Certificate of Education, NCE, the Professional Diploma in Education, BPDE, and in affiliation with the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the Bachelor of Education. Notably, Alvan is part of the 21 federal colleges of education that have been awarding degree programs for the last 3 decades under the close supervision of the different universities they are affiliated to. Recall that in May 2015, the Federal Executive Council presided over by President Goodluck Jonathan approved the upgrade of 4 federal colleges of education around the country to university status. One of those colleges was the Alvan Ikoku Federal College of Education, Owerri. The purpose of this upgrade was to ensure quality teacher education in the country. In the case of Alvan, this is yet to be done. Paying close attention to the importance of education and the need to develop more manpower to fill the gap in the sector, it will be progressive to establish a University of Education whose aim will be to identify the educational needs of the society with a view to finding solutions to them within the context of our overall national development. While it may be acknowledged that Alvan has played its role to some extent, there is still doubt that the quality of students being turned out by colleges of education cannot be compared to those of the universities. Alvan Ikoku College of Education has a long history of producing high-quality teachers. However, this curriculum and certification has limited their capacity to do so. Alvan is equipped and ready to award degrees other than the basic NCE to its students. The institution has modern and well-built structures, large classrooms, equipped and functional laboratories, renovated hostels, and expanded staff strength. To a large extent, Alvan as a federal college has been able to generate funds on its own, which will be further sustained if it is upgraded to a university. Alvan Ikoku Federal College of Education, by all standards, is prepared to take on the status of a University of Education, and the impact of this upgrade is promising, looking at the antecedents of the schools as enumerated above. This bill will improve the quality of educational training received by teachers in Nigeria, and also improve the quality of education overall. It is also important to note that upgrading the College of Education to a university will provide employment and accelerate socio-economic development. Once again, I want to stress that there's no financial implication or burden on the part of government with regards to the bill, as it simply proposes the upgrade of Alvan from a Federal College of Education to a Federal University of Education. The institution already has in existence modern and well-built structures, classrooms, equipped functional laboratories, and the institution is prepared and ready to take on the status of a university. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the need and importance of this upgrade has been explicitly enumerated above. I therefore urge you to support the second reading of this bill and this legislative proposal. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Any more contributions? Any more contributions?
Distinguished colleagues, Mr. President, in supporting this motion, I wish to say that this is a timely proposal. Mr. President, I had the privilege of being the Minister of Education then in 2015. It was indeed myself that presented the memo to the then Federal Executive Council that approved, among other colleges, that Federal College of Education Alvan Ikoku be upgraded to a University of Education. The others were FCE Kano, FCE Zaria, and Adeyemi College of Education Akure. Mr. President, even among the four, Alvan Ikoku College of Education stood out among the four, as at that time, Alvan Ikoku, by our findings, 7 years ago, had spent more than 3 decades, as mentioned by the mover of the motion, that it had been producing graduates, though affiliated to another university. And as at that time, Mr. President, Alvan Ikoku had over 350 PhD holders as lecturers in that college. And even at that time, there wasn't any cost. The only thing that needs to be added is the appointment of a vice chancellor. But Alvin Ikoku has all the structures. All that needs to be done is to process the legal framework to establish it as a university of education. And furthermore, Mr. President, we need many more of universities of education so that we produce more and more quality teachers for our primary and post-primary institutions. This will raise the standard and the performance and the quality of our education in our schools. As we always say, there is no education system that can grow higher than the quality of its teachers. And by this, the quality will be increased, the number will also be increased in terms of getting more and more graduates to handle both primary and post-primary institutions. With this, Mr. President, I support the motion that Federal College of Education, Alvin Ikoku, be upgraded to University of Education. I so second, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Francis Ibezim.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. This bill would actually enhance the opportunity of making sure that we train the teachers that we need, both for foundational education and for tertiary institutions. It will close the gap that is existent in our educational system right now. Alvin Ikoku College of Education is the oldest college of education in this country and has done very well as a college of education. Upgrading it into the status of a university will encourage more research development in the area of the style of teaching, pedagogy, and will enhance the opportunities we need in helping in building up the education system of the country. So I ask all distinguished senators to support this bill. Thank you very much.
Those in favor that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Alvin Ikoku Federal University of Education and for other matters connected therewith, 2022, SB 918, second reading.
A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Alvin Ikoku Federal University of Education and for other matters connected therewith, 2022 second reading taken, and the bill is referred to the Committee on Tertiary Education and Third Fund to report back within 4 weeks. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the fourth order of the day is the presentation and consideration of the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Third Fund on the FCT University of Science and Technology, Abuja Establishment Bill 2022. Distinguished senators will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 6 October 2021. Mr. President, you may wish to invite distinguished Senator Ahmed Babaketa, chairman of the committee, to move the motion for the presentation and consideration of the report. In his absence, I would like for the chairman to invite the distinguished Senator Professor. No, Sandy Ono.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Professor Sandy Ono.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, we have two bills. or two reports rather. The first is on the University of Science and Technology, Abuja, Establishment Bill 2002, SB 230. And the second is on the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Kuruma, Sakpewa, Tai, Ogoni, Rivers State. Mr. President, if you will permit, we would like to take the two bills concurrently, please.
You may go ahead, please. No, we need to put the questions first now. I thought you moved the motions first. No, I don't think so. You should read what is there. And each one needs to be seconded.
Mr. President.
It needs to be seconded.
Yes, now, let me move. I move that the Senate do receive and consider the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Debt Fund on the FCT University of Science and Technology Abuja Establishment Bill 2022. I also move that the Senate do receive and consider the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Debt Fund on the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Kuruma, Sakpewa, Tai, Ogoni, Rivers State. I so move, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Abamoro.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Abamoro, Benue South. I rise to second the motion that the report on the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Debt Fund be accepted and considered, ably moved by my colleague, Professor Sandy Ono, Senator. Thank you, Mr. President.
Did you move all the two? Okay, you seconded for all the two. Distinguished colleagues, those in favor of the motion that the Senate do receive and consider the two reports of our Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Debt Fund on the FCT University of Science and Technology, Abuja Establishment Bill, and on the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Koroma, Sakpewa, Tai, Ogoni, Rivers State Establishment Bill 2022. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Chairman, you may lead the reports, please. The two reports. Please, you may present the two reports now.
I'll take the findings, Mr. President. Establishment of the Federal Capital Technology University of Science and Technology, Abuja. Findings. To achieve both the generic and specific objectives of the bill, the committee has considered the views expressed by stakeholders at the public hearing and subsequently makes the following observations. That the stakeholders at the public hearing unanimously subscribe to the content of the draft bill and unequivocally supported the passage of the bill for the establishment of the Federal Capital Territory University of Science and Technology, Abuja, by the National Assembly. That the passage of the bill for the establishment of the Federal Capital Territory University of Science and Technology, Abuja, has potentials of adding enormous value for the promotion of innovations in science and technology. Again, it has tremendous overall benefits for the diverse and multicultural peoples of the FCT and Abuja host communities in particular. That the establishment of the Federal Capital Territory University of Science and Technology, Abuja, in the FCT will no doubt provide the required manpower needs of Nigerians in the area of science and technological advancement of the nation. Third, that the knowledge and skills that will be acquired by graduates from the envisaged FCT University of Science and Technology, Abuja, will go a long way in expanding and deepening the horizon of the prospective students with a view to availing them the much needed skills that will transform our society positively. Recommendation, Mr. President. The Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund, having carefully considered same, hereby recommends as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Federal Capital Territory University of Science and Technology, Abuja, and for other matters connected therewith, 2022 SB 230, as recommended. In conclusion, I want to use this opportunity to thank the President of the Senate and distinguished colleagues for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, and to humbly request the Senate to pass this bill. I so move, Mr. President.
Any comments? Leader? Oh, you haven't finished? Okay, finish the second one.
Establishment of Federal University of Environmental Technology, Sakpenwa, Kuruma, Tai, Ogoni River State. From the general feelings and views expressed by the stakeholders at the public hearing and subsequent analysis of both oral and written presentations of memoranda, the committee hereby makes the following observations. The stakeholders warn that the stakeholders at the public hearing unanimously subscribed to the content of the draft bill and unequivocally supported the passage of the bill by the National Assembly for the establishment of the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Sakpenwa, Kuruma, Tai, Ogoni River State, as this will provide numerous opportunities for professional certifications in environmental technology by offering relevant programs while opening new frontiers for career environmentalists and consultants, etc. Establishment of the university would assure the Ogoni people in particular and Nigerians at large that the government is serious about the clean and sustainable harvest of our natural resources. The establishment of the university would definitely promote environmental research, enhance regulations, and promote ecological science such as toxicology, soil science, environmental monitoring and analysis, among other benefits. Recommendation: the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund, having carefully considered same, hereby recommends as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the bill for an act to provide for state and for other matters connected therewith, Bill 2022, as recommended. Conclusion. In conclusion, I wish to use this opportunity to thank the President of the Senate and distinguished colleagues for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, and to humbly request the Senate to pass this bill. I so move, Mr. President.
Comments? Minority Whip.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. My comment will be that first, we're grateful and happy that the university for the FCT in Abuja is being passed into law by the grace of God Almighty, and with the kind indulgence of this distinguished Senate. However, Mr. President, the implementers and the Federal Capital Territory Administration had brought about a change in the name, and they had requested and had written letters to both the National University Commission the committee and to myself who sponsored the bill, that if it is possible, that they will propose that it should be called the FCT University Abuja. That's the Federal Capital Territory University in Abuja. This is the only proposal. And since we are going ahead to make this law for the good governance of the university and for the people of the FCT, I thought that to let you know, and so that when we're back.
This is the network service of the NTA. We'll be joining our outside broadcast crew for another live broadcast.